Are we already started with the recordings, Twan?
Yeah.
Because I'm totally lost now.
We'll just start.
The recording has started, but now we need to have an official start of the HANA Café.
Will you do the official start of the HANA Café, Twan?
We are in the SAP event season, so a lot of events are coming up, and I thought this time with the HANA Café, the Netherlands, it's a good time to go to all those events and see what is coming up and what kind of events do we have, and then also pay attention to one special event at the 14th time that we are organizing SAP Inside Track in the Netherlands. And that's something that, of course, we all are really happy to share that with you. Welcome to HANA Café, the Netherlands.
HANA Café Nederland is een podcast met nieuws vanuit de SAP-wereld. In het café spreken de gasten en stamgasten over ontwikkelingen, innovaties, events of praten ze gewoon weer eventjes bij. Laten we snel naar binnen gaan.
Welkom, Tamas.
Hi Twan. Hi everyone.
Hi, Ronald.
Hey, Twan. Dankjewel voor de uitnodiging. Oh, sorry.
It's in English.
Thank you very
Ronald.
much for the invitation.
Yeah. Hi, Koen.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the invitation. Good to be back with familiar faces. Different background though, but.
Yeah, different business card, but that doesn't make. We're just friends and we're all one community. Hi, Jan.
Exactly.
Welcome.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't skip me.
Oh, but now it's easy because I have all the screens, so I can now actually see who is in the podcast. Yeah, so a lot of events coming up, and I think while we are calling on a Friday, and next week Tuesday is the first event, and we just spoke about that, and almost everyone of this group is attending next week, except for Tamas, but he has a different event that's coming up. But next week is Business Festival, or the SAP BTP Innovation Day in Hilversum, in the Museum for Vision, Sound and Vision, which is actually really nice location for an event like this.
Beeld en geluid, for the people who are Dutch. It's more famous in Dutch, beeld en geluid.
Beeld en geluid, yeah. That's right, and it's really famous for the biggest radio event of the year, which is of course the Top 2000 at the end of the year from NPO Radio 2. And this year it will be for the 25th, 4th or 5th time or whatever. Yeah, but it's a nice event.
Yeah, the BTP Festival or the...
No, the BTP Festival is the second time. Huh?
Oh,
so,
okay.
Second time.
yeah, that's right. And that's, I think, we have 20 sessions over there.
24 sessions I heard from the organization
24.
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is good. Customer stories about innovation applying BTP to specific customer situations. But yeah, we can talk about it, but we cannot really advertise about it because it's fully booked. The registration has been closed already. And,
380 registrations I heard this morning. Yeah. So they wanted to double and they even doubled more. So it's really a hot topic, BTP.
It will be an interesting challenge.
I can imagine. It's probably the most exciting platform that SAP has. So yeah, so if anything totally should attract things, then I guess it's the business technology platform. But I think the most important event that's coming up, and that's why we need to plug this a little bit, is probably the Inside Track in the Netherlands. And usually what we do at the Inside Track is to basically get to all those events, like TechEd, like Insider, like the innovation thing that we have coming up in the next week. And then all the good stories are supposed to be taken away from there and being presented on the Inside Track in the Netherlands. So that's our main objective. So that's why we need to plug all these events so that the right people go to them and then eventually come to the Inside Track to tell the most beautiful stories about what SAP and what partners and customers are up to.
Yeah, it will be great. So if you have then, for example, next week more on the business story on the business festival, then it would be great to have that similar story, but that more on a technical perspective on SAP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since you mentioned SAP, when is that going to happen, Jan?
I think we eventually agreed on the 16th. It's the Saturday. Am I right?
16th of November.
Very good, Jan.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You paid attention.
Did I win a prize?
Yes,
of course.
You can come.
And you're going to the next round for the fridge.
Awesome.
The NetWeaver fridge.
The NetWeaver.
Interesting.
It's very appropriate because my fridge is actually broken. I'm waiting for the repair guy to come. Probably next week. So a new fridge would be fine as well.
Yeah.
He will join. No.
Yeah, join the call.
Yeah. Hey, but SITNL registration is not open yet, but will be next week if we find an appropriate tool to collect all the registrants, participants for SITNL. But it's the 14th time that we organize it in the Netherlands, and once the idea was to organize an SAP event in the Netherlands to talk in Dutch about SAP topics. But that already went wrong in the first episode because, also non-native and Dutch speakers joined the event, and which is of course okay. And so our language will be English as well at the 16th of November, and we are still looking for proposals for sessions about innovations, about how you use BTP for your customer, what you developed, but also how did you get insights from data? Because I think one of the unique things. We have several unique things, and we can go through them for our event. But one of the unique things that we have is that we have a technology track and we have a data and BI track. And Ronald is managing that track. So why do we have a BI track in SITNL, Ronald?
Yeah, long story. I think I was overwhelmed with all the technical content the first time I was attending SITNL. So I thought BI deserves a space there. And now it's rebranded into the data track, which is actually better name than the BI track, I guess. But I'm very happy to organize it again together with you guys. And I think we will have some interesting speakers, but we are looking for new ones. So if this is definitely a call out for papers, so don't be ashamed, don't be scared. Please click that link and put in your presentation and
the language will be English, but the location is in the Netherlands, at the SAP HQ in Den Bosch.
And it's not virtual; it's real
it's
life.
physical.
It's an in-person event.
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely.
And also, what Ronald just mentioned, don't be scared. So if you have no experience in sharing a story and you do want to share a story, then just reach out to us and we will help you to present your story at SITNL.
To overcome your nerves, right?
Yeah, it's a good practice.
And
I
get
actually had that a couple of years ago.
Sorry?
I think we actually a couple of years ago we had a first-time speaker. Remember that? Who said this was my goal for this year is to do a speaking event, and he did well. So
exactly.
I think a lot of people that started speaking started at the Inside Track actually because it's such a friendly family type of environment rather than having to do this in front of a customer first or a big audience. So I think. There's no better way to start with speaking than to do it on such a friendly environment.
Exactly. Yeah, and also, if you look at the community, it may be a bit strange because it's on a Saturday, but the advantage of having an event on a Saturday is that you have the people that are really interested and the SAP nerds that want to share a story, want to share a passion about SAP technology. And so you are in between peers and they are all interested in your story. And it doesn't matter if you have a 1 year experience or 2 months experience or you have a 20 years experience, they are all interested in your story.
And that's always the thing that I like very much about the Inside Track, the enthusiasm. People will actually come on the Saturday that they're usually at the soccer field. Instead, they are going to the Inside Track, and that means something for them. It's a sacrifice, right, for 1 day of your weekend. So it's not like, oh, my job is boring and let's go do something slightly less boring. No, it's something that people are very excited about to come and to share as well.
Yeah. And what you were saying, Twan, I can totally agree because last year was my first year and I was also relatively new to SAP. So and it was really nice and you don't feel that you're the newbie on the block.
But it's a nice atmosphere, no? I mean, if we get together, we talk. It's still a Saturday, no? So it's fun, no? Of course, the topics are nice, but in between a lot of chatting. There are also, as you said, it's not only Dutch people, no? I mean, I think we already have a kind of a fan group of people, even abroad, who are looking forward, and if they can make it, they join. A really great atmosphere.
Yeah. The fact that it's, I mean. I think we wouldn't have lasted so long. I mean, 12th, 13th year in a row that we're doing this 14th. Right now. 14th. Okay.
Pay attention, Jan.
Oh yeah, I'm not too good with numbers. So I guess if if it wasn't a friendly event, if it wasn't a fun event to go to, it wouldn't have lasted for 14 years.
Yeah. I think we are the longest, the Inside Track that has the longest history from all the Inside Tracks worldwide, which is a nice thing. Yeah.
We are the blueprint. Well, we are the blueprint.
yeah, but still, yeah. So because Tamas already mentioned that, it's also fun, and I think that's also one important element in ZNL, fun, and that's also why we close the event also with a fun session, which is called the pub quiz. And Dick Groenhoff will again this year.
And it's a difficult pub quiz, to be honest.
Yeah. Will again take his quizmaster jacket and has some difficult questions for us, either SAP related or music related or video related or whatever. But yeah, it will be an interesting challenge, and there you can actually win some prizes, right?
So what about
Pitches.
upcoming things like AI? How is that going to intervene with pub quizzes and stuff? I mean, we're talking about tech folks coming to the Inside Track, right? How are we going to make sure? No, let's put it in the hands of Dick. He will probably have hopefully have a solution for that.
To ask AI for questions.
No, it's very easy, to have your phone open and to have your phone to listen to the questions and come up with the answers straight away.
Don't give your strategy away.
Jan. If you win, nobody will believe that you did it on your own. So. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
yeah. And we will take good care of you. So we will have, of course, lunch, we will have dinner, we will have drinks, we will have a nice environment. And
pepernoten. Yeah, they are almost on sale by then. But if you want to sponsor the event, you're always welcome, because we always have a tight budget, and then we can do some extra things, which makes it extra more fun. So please feel free. It are not large numbers, so a few €100 is already fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's a community event, so it's not that it's an official SAP event, although it is the SAP office, but that's more for convenience reasons. But it's a community event,
purposes.
And we have some really loyal SAP partners like Interdops, like Innovation, like SAP People, Experten, and this year new Amista and Emixa. They will also be a partner sponsoring our community event. Neptune Software. The SAP community is also sponsoring, so it's and if we have multiple sponsors, then we can have the costs per sponsor really low, because it's we are not going to very expensive locations like next week, but it's just at the SAP office, and it's all about content, it's all about community, it's all about the family getting back together and sharing their knowledge, experience, and learning from each other.
So yeah, what can we expect besides sponsors, of course?
What do you mean?
In terms of content, what do we expect there?
On content?
Yeah, in the content.
Data, AI.
Everything related to BTP.
Integration, of course, Jan, you were there, so integration will be there. Build apps will be there. Process automation will be there. You name it.
Neptune, AI.
Also the partners,
Bricks.
Yeah. You're trying at least to get them. And if you have ideas yourself, or if you see some nice talks on TechEd or wherever, then let us know. Or
that's originally where the Inside Track came from, right? If you look at the grassroots, where it originally started up with, then it was basically SAP. I mean, myself and Twan, we weren't working at SAP at that time yet, and we were working in consulting companies, and we had the opportunity on behalf of those consulting companies to go to the SAP TechEd. And not everyone is allowed to go there because it's quite an expensive thing. It's you have to travel there and you have your expenses there, and the TechEd also is quite costly and for just an attendee. And if you go there with the whole company, you can imagine it's you can't you don't have the time available anymore. You have to invest it in studies and stuff, and also the additional investments, they also come to light. And then that's why, at least for my company at that time, they said, we have just one person to go there, or maybe two, and then eventually when they come back, you have to condense and squeeze that 3 days of very rich content, because it used to be very rich. It still is, by the way. Torsten Franzi said it's like drinking from the fire hose, right? And then eventually you have that huge amount of information, and then they're giving you the challenge like, okay, present everything in 30 minutes, go. And that's the challenge that myself had, and I think Twan had, and many people in the community had, in those consulting companies had. So eventually the idea was like, why do we do that just half an hour for one company? Why don't we, make this a collective kind of thing, and have everyone to do a pitch like half an hour, and do it for a larger audience than just your company, so that a lot of people that aren't able to go there can actually benefit from the content that's coming from TechEd as well. This is how it started, and that's I think the how do you call it, the origins are still there. That people go to TechEd, and this is also the reason that we just organize it just a little bit after TechEd, so that we can go to TechEd, bring all the good content, and present it back on the Inside Track. And the opportunity that we have this year is that we don't only go to TechEd, we go to the SAP Insider. We have the Innovation Day coming up. What else, Twan? You had a list of events that people can go to and can bring information from, right?
Yeah,
or even people
but that's
are going
also
to Copenhagen.
the first years we called it the SAP TechEd experience, exactly for the reason that you just described.
We had the stickers.
Yeah.
Good old times.
Yeah. Yes.
But one thing, let me add, just to be clear, that it doesn't have to be a story which is told in one of these events. I mean, there are many events, we will talk about it, but indeed, if you're at your company, wherever you are doing a nice project, you learn something on the way, those are all also welcome, no?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can still remember that we had, that was in the basement of the cyber office. And then we had Torsten Frans coming up stage, and he was basically starting off with whiskey tasting. And then he eventually didn't go into a tech topic. He started explaining about a soft skill type of topic on the whole, personal characteristics with the Myers-Briggs theory and stuff. That was quite eye-opening to have not only technical sessions there, but also those soft skill sessions that a lot of people could also use very much.
They are more than welcome, but until now, Torsten is the only one that has ever dared to.
He dared to
schedule such kind of sessions.
So actually, you put a challenge there, Jan. A challenge for today is that maybe somebody dares, is brave enough to have a soft topic presenting on.
Svea did yoga classes.
Yeah, okay. But it was in Frankfurt. Also,
she did that at the Inside Track in the Netherlands as well, I think.
Okay.
Mindfulness,
mindfulness, or yeah.
Okay, but now we're all sharing old stories. If we look to the TechEd agenda, did anybody already had a look?
Yeah, sure. I built my own agenda.
Are there any things that's worthwhile watching? If you have an idea, it's a lot of AI, a lot of data.
Yeah, there's a lot of AI coming up. So I think every product management team in SAP is supposed to show how an AI enriches their service. So AI in SAP Build, AI in Integration Suite, AI in all over the place, in HANA, in the analytics space, the AI, how do you call it? The AI core thing that we have, and the generative AI hub and everything.
Joule,
Joule, yeah.
The diamond. Yeah, but what I also noticed when I was scrolling through all the sessions, because there are quite a lot, is the integration between the different projects. That SAP Build is integration with of course the process automation, but also the Signavio with integration suite, etc., with Workzone. That everything is glued together. As an integrated part, and that's something that I found really interesting.
Yeah,
and not only that, also
grow. Yeah, SAP Build will grow.
Not only from an internal BTP perspective, but I think if you go to TechEd, you will also see very nice announcements on how BTP services are glued together with S4, so that S4 can not only build extensions that are on stack, the key user extensibility and that sorts of things, but can straight away from S4 can create extensions on the BTP. That's powerful. It's showing the symbiosis.
That's really nice.
That's also what I mean, Jan. Yeah.
And on the data topic, Ronald, any expectations on your side for next week TechEd?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of DataSphere and Analytics Cloud. There is not too much AI yet in DataSphere. That's something which is still catching up, I think. But yeah, there are definitely some interesting tracks. So I've got my own favorite list as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, there's always some. And watch the keynote. I mean, that's if you should follow one session, then definitely do that one because that's where you get all the new stuff.
And the developer keynote this year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and also some developer deep dives, or what was it called? Which basically the developer advocates are digesting then the news from the keynote. That's also something I saw flying by. So it's actually quite.
They have their own keynote.
Yeah.
They have the keynote track as well.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's again virtual, but that's more my beef that I'm still looking forward to meeting people in real life. But I'm sure that will change. But that's where Tamas comes in, is what I understood. Tamas is going to a different event, which is sort of a substitute to TechEd.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not exactly like TechEd, but indeed, I think this year is probably the closest it gets. SAP Insider in Copenhagen. It's not organized by SAP, but I feel that SAP Insider is somehow quite close to SAP. It's even mentioned on the SAP website and emails and everything. So yeah, it's 3 days on site, really physical, meeting people, customer stories, but also SAP is there.
Yeah, there's many lectures by SAP actually. So and I understood that the most important or the most interesting lectures that are given virtually through the SAP TechEd, those speakers will actually be on the stage at the SAP Insider. So you can actually talk about how SAP Insider is, well, not the same as SAP TechEd, of course, but it's a fair substitute. It's like I like the term that you use for it.
You know how they call it internally?
Tell me.
Because we have those side events, not only in. Sorry?
Are you allowed to share that if it's internal, Twan?
I don't know, but it's only the community that listens, not the SAP employees that are listening to this podcast. No, but it's because we have several side events, like in Copenhagen, but also in the US, and they call it an SAP TechEd experience. Hey.
Oh, they stole it.
Yeah.
Well, we had the original, Twan.
Yeah, but I totally agree with Ronald. So the TechEd, of course, we call our ZNL, we call our family reunion, but the TechEd was also a reunion that you see people that you see once a year at TechEd, and to speak to product management, especially if you are in a partner company, but also if you are in SAP, working for SAP, it's good to catch up with product management on those kind of events. And I also make new friends, and that's one thing I really. Yeah, it's a pity that the TechEd is not an in-person event anymore. And then now they point to those satellite events, the TechEd experience, and I think also the Inside Tracks are also really welcome in the agenda, because that's where actually people meet face-to-face in person.
Yeah, the networking part, right? I think that's what we spoke about last year as well after TechEd, when we were going through things with Iver.
Yeah.
So actually, this is also a nice rounding of this podcast, that everybody has to come to the Insider event, because that is real physical substitute for the TechEd physical event.
The Insider event.
Inside Track. Inside NL.
Yeah, exactly. Very good.
Inside NL. No,
it's always
Inside NL.
It's always
not inside NL. To our own event in Den Bosch.
Yeah, ZNL.
November the 16th.
Yeah. So
it's always good to go to the original, where it all started.
Maybe to summarize, then we have next week, 8th of October, the Business Festival, but also 8th and 9th of October, SAP TechEd. Then in SAP Insiders 1 month later, 12th to 14th November. And then on 14th of November, we also have in the Netherlands from the VNSG the ABAP Cloud Developer Day. And I think ABAP Cloud should also be on our list, on our agenda for ZNL. And then on the 16th, we have ZNL, SAP Inside Track in the Netherlands. And we hope to see you all at the event. And
you can see the highlights at Inside NL of all the events.
It's the grand finale of all the events going on.
That's the grand
cherry
finale.
on the
Jan,
cake.
that's an excellent ending. The grand finale.
The
That's
whipped
a
cream
nice
on the
one.
apple pie. That's what it is.
Sorry, it is?
The whipped cream on the apple pie. That's what we are.
The
Time
kerst op
for
de taart.
weekend.
The icing on the cake.
Nice to
All right. Well, then
Hi,
hope to
boys.
see you all at SAP Inside Track in the Netherlands. And you are more than welcome to join, but also to share your experience and your story.
Links in the show notes, right?
Yeah. The
Like and subscribe.
registration. Yeah.
Ja. Like en subscribe. Ja, exactly.
Dankjewel voor het luisteren naar deze aflevering van HANA Café Nederland. Heb je feedback voor ons? Laat het dan zeker weten. Wil je ook een keer aanschuiven in het café? Stuur ons een berichtje en geef gelijk aan waar je het over wilt hebben. Tot de volgende keer!
Nog wel even.
Doei. Dan nog.
Jongens,
Doei.
ik ga even doei zeggen, want er staat iemand op mij te